Okay, so I know that failure sucks. It's painful. It destroys confidence at times and creates numerous setbacks. And frankly, many times it prevents us from ever trying again, right? So, failure, as ugly as it seems, it's an essential tool in reaching your ultimate success. This is especially true when you're just starting a business. Hey guys, my name is Joey Thomas, entrepreneur and small business educator here with 17 Hats. Today's video is about the power of learning the why behind your failures. So let me put it like this, guys. Today you might have just 10 clients if you're just starting your business, or 5. But let's say you have 10 clients. If you failed 20% of them, that's 2 of the 10 clients that you'll have to work with in that failure. See, in 5 years, you might have 150 clients. So failing 20% of them will equal to 30 clients that you'll have to deal with inside of that failure. That's possibly 30 negative reviews or 30 people blowing up your emails or DMs, sharing this experience in online forums, right? That negative impact can increase exponentially. So failing early can actually be a blessing. We can use failure to sometimes just even stumble our way forward, but the key word is forward, right? We learn from those mistakes and we implement new processes to avoid them ever again. So today's video was actually inspired by a blog article written by Amanda Ray called How to Get Back Up After Failure. See, Amanda starts off this article by writing, we often hear successful entrepreneurs talk about how they failed before they ever succeeded. They'll say things like, I failed, but I got back up, and then continue to talk about all of their successes. See, the problem is they don't pause long enough on that moment where they failed. And that's what many of us need to hear more about. So hang in here with me today and let's dig into that a little bit. Number 1, the internal failure dialogue. Your mind, guys, it is a powerful thing. The conversations you have in your head aren't just fleeting. With every brushstroke, it leaves a mark, and the final picture isn't always pretty. Quotes and conversations like, I'm not sure if I'm good enough for this task. I don't know if I ever want to experience something like this again, or I'm too scared to take risks again. These are all things that you could say after failure, but sometimes that dialogue can take a different path. For example, I just wish others would do their job better, or if my gear was better, this would have worked. I wish my clients were easier to deal with. See, in the first example, you blame yourself for the failure. In the next, you blame others. In both scenarios, you make generalizations about the failure or pain to either avoid dealing with it again or avoid taking responsibility for it. We've all done it, guys. I've done it. So Amanda from 17 Hats goes on to write, by putting a story to our pain as quickly as possible, we can make sense of it, categorize it, and move on. But the problem is that most of the time, these stories aren't accurate. In fact, we tell them to ourselves because we don't want to face our true underlying feeling. See, what are you really saying when we offload these feelings? According to Brene Brown, she quotes, it's because the bottom layer to them is almost always the same. What we're really saying is, I am not enough. Let's pause here for a moment. And I want to tell you, you are enough. I'm not sure if you've ever had that moment following failure, but I have. I want you to look in the mirror and simply say to yourself, I'm not perfect, but I'm making progress. See, I had to be brave after failures and figure out how to move forward wisely without repeating the same mistakes. See, that's the key. You have to move forward wisely, make progression, progress, right? Without repeating the same mistakes. So I realize that I am enough to learn from my failures and make progress. But how? Okay, so number 2. How do we find out the why behind the failure? Brene Brown, author of Daring Greatly, recommends asking these 3 very important questions. So here, these 3 questions. Number 1, what more do I need to learn and understand about this situation? What more do I need to learn and understand about this situation? So what were the circumstances around your situation, the time frames, the expectations that were set, the tools that you needed, the help that you needed, okay? The second question, what more do I need to learn about other people in this story? About other people in the story. So what do my clients really need? What were their pain points and the problems that they really needed solving? What communication style did they really prefer? The third question, what more do I need to learn and understand about myself? Okay, so the questions I would ask myself is, what skill sets do I need to learn to be better in this area? Can I outsource this to someone else? How can I set myself up for success, right? Okay, so those are the 3 questions that you want to ask yourself after failures. Okay, so let's move on to the last point. We must embrace discomfort. What do I mean by that? See, the questions that we just went over, those 3 questions, they're not easy. It requires you to be comfortable with the tension that you're feeling when you're answering those questions, especially following a failure. And you may have heard this before, but as diamonds are created by intense heat and pressure, our abilities and experiences are ultimately created and crafted by the discomfort and tension of failure. When something isn't comfortable, we make adjustments, right? I mean, that's what we do. Think about it. If you felt a little pebble in your shoe, what do? Do you just walk on it all day, or do you make an adjustment? If your car seat is too high, it's too low, or it's so far you can't reach the steering wheel, what do? Don't we make adjustments? See, for the simple things in life, it's our nature to respond to these little discomforts. We are programmed to evade that discomfort. But it's how you do it that changes the game for you. So if you had a little rock in your shoe, do you throw the shoe away? No, you don't, right? If your seat was too high, or it was too low, or it was too far for you to drive at the moment and you can make those adjustments, what do? Do you sell the car? No, you don't. We make adjustments. Use reflective questions after each failure, and use reflective questions after each setback or roadblock to analyze, adapt, and redirect. Guys, failure is always an integral part of success. In running any business, big or small, you will run into them. Embrace them, right? Look for the clues that's going to help you solve the next problem, right? Be the Sherlock Holmes of your failures and just figure out what happened, how you can avoid it, and how you can set yourself up for success. So understanding the why behind those failures is going to guide you to the how and get you to the where of what you want to do in your business, or where you want to go. But guys, I hope this was helpful. I have another video on setbacks, and because this is such an important topic in our business growth and our experience. Well, I hope these helped you. If you like this video, click like, use the comments below to share some of your failures, and really we would love to talk to you. And if you haven't subscribed to the 17 Hats channel, please do, and I will be back with more videos just like this. I will see you again soon.